Greetings, I'm Mr. North, and today we'll be programming our LEGO Mindstorms EV3 robot to go around in a perfect square. As you notice, I have my program open. I've already saved the file. I've saved it as square move. The program is called GoGo. I'm going to close the content editor so it makes more room on my palette just in case I need it. And before we start programming the robot moving, I'm going to put a safety measure in, and that is a wait block that is going to wait for a touch sensor to be pressed before the program or before the movement starts. The program will run, but with this set like this, the robot will not go anywhere until the touch sensor is pushed, and then it will begin its journey. Now, since we are doing a square, we know that squares consist of 4 equal sides. So we really only need a few blocks, and we use a loop to connect those blocks so it goes 4 times doing the same movement. So we grab our loop block, we're going to throw it up here. We're going to change the unlimited to number count, and we'll change our number count to 4. Now we'll throw the blocks to make it move inside this loop. And to make it move, we have to make it go forward. So we will use our move steering block from our action block area, the green ones, and simply put that inside there. We will have it go for on 4 seconds, and we'll have it go 3 seconds. Not too long. We're going to leave it going straight at 50% power. I'm going to leave the break at end checked so that we get a more finite ending. It won't coast and perhaps cause a change in the distance that the robot has traveled. Next, I'm going to have it wait a second. So I'm going to grab another wait block. I'm going to throw it up here in the loop again, right next to our move block. And it's already set for time for 1 second. And that'll be good. Then I want my robot to move. So I'm going to put another move block up there, and this time I'm going to leave it on for rotations. I'm changing the direction or steering to a negative 50. I'll just type it in there, be quicker. Negative 50. And remember, you can always type the numbers in there if you're not too good with the slider, as you saw myself doing. I'm going to leave it at 50 power, and we're going to start with 2 rotations just to see where it's at. I don't know if that's going to be enough or if we're going to need to modify it so we get 90-degree turns. And let's throw a sound in there just so we know that it's done with that leg, as if we couldn't tell by looking at the robot turning. We'll go to LEGO sound files. Let's try communication. Now let's go information and see if we can find a left, because that's what way we're going to be turning.
Left.
There we go. And now the movement blocks are all done. Because we have it in a loop, the loop is going to happen 4 times. It's going to go straight for 3 seconds. It's going to wait for 1 second. Then it's going to turn to the left for 2 rotations. It's going to make a left sound, and then it's going to loop around and do it again. It'll do that 4 times, hopefully making a perfect square, ending up where it started. And to celebrate that, we'll give it another move block. This time we'll use move tank. And you'll notice the move tank has 2 different power levels, power left, power right. So if we put one at 75 and the other one at a negative 75, we should get it to spin around a little bit. And we'll do that for seconds, and we'll do it for 4 seconds. It'll be a nice celebration. So now we are going to download this program to our robot and give it a test run. Simply download. All right, and you should have heard that. That means that the program has successfully loaded on the robot. Now let's try it out. So we're going to test this program out and see if we can get it to move in a square. I'm doing my first trial on a vinyl floor, and my experience with these floors is that they're kind of slick, and sometimes the tires don't get good traction, and that may cause some problems with this test. But let's find out. So we're going to start our program. Notice it didn't do anything yet because I have that safety feature. I have to hit this touch sensor before it starts. And let's go. All right, first turn was okay. Not quite 90 degrees. But now we're starting to see where the traction is becoming an issue. It didn't turn as much as it did the other. This time it's not even turning, so that's going to cause some trouble. So we're going to stop this. All right. So now let's run the same program, but this time on the carpet. I'm going to start it right on this blue block. That way I have an idea of where it started and where it's supposed to finish. Start the program. Okay. It didn't do anything, of course. Once again, let's hit this. Turn a little better. All right, so it didn't quite stop where we wanted it to. So we need to tweak our program just a little bit. So let's go back to the software and see what we can do to change it around a little bit. Okay, so in that trial run, we saw that first on the vinyl floor, it doesn't get enough traction to effectively work well with this experiment, so we'll continue doing it on the carpet. Next, we noticed that the bot wasn't turning quite enough. So we need to go to our turn block right here, and we need to make some adjustments. Now we have a couple options. We can either change the variable that controls how quick it steers or turns, or we can turn or change the speed, the power that's going to the motors, or we could even change the duration. I think I'm going to start with changing the amount of turn. I'm going to go from negative 50 to a negative 55. And we'll try that. So we save. And we download. And let's try this one out. Okay, so we've modified our program. The robot is in the exact same spot it started on the previous trial. I'm going to have the program get ready to begin and push the touch sensor. See what happens this time. Now this time is at 55. Oh, this one might be too much. Okay, so that time the turn was too much, so let's try 53 on our next one. So back in the program, we're going to change our turn to a negative 53. We will load the program to our bot, and we will try it again. Let's see what happens this time. Program's loaded. Let's get it started. Let's see what happens. I want to look closer to a 90-degree turn. I want to go a little further. Oh.
So we were able to get it to end nearly exactly where it started. It made a square. Now I got very lucky in the fact that I only had to change one variable once. And please remember that there's going to be many things that affect your performance of your robot. Whether it's the surface you're testing on, how much equipment you have on your robot, because that'll affect the weight, even how much battery charge your robot has left. So you have to experiment. You may end up experimenting 10, 20, 30 times to get it exactly how you want it. But the thing is, never stop, never quit, keep trying. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it.